What happened to that YouTube chap in you? Huh? Why didn't you upload for 2 damn weeks? What happened, Vedant? I thought you were a growing channel, huh? You really want support. You want to like and subscribe. What happened to your videos? Why haven't you uploaded for 2 weeks? I have all the answers for that. See you.
A few moments later.
Hello everyone, this is your friend Vedant Joshi from the channel Online with Vedant. And as you can see, I have got Eclipse IDE open. Well, if you don't know what this is a compiler for Java. I have watched and researched a lot, so I figured out that Eclipse is the best compiler for Java. And in the last tutorials, I showed you BlueJ. But in the link, I will leave the link to the download of Eclipse in the description section below. So today we'll be talking about user input. I hope most of you know user input because you are starting to learn Java, so you might have learned old languages as well. So user input is nothing but allowing the user to give you some command so that you can perform a new command. So if you don't understand, well, we'll go through this and we'll understand. So it's basic. It's like a normal window. It has a heading, it has a cross button. So don't please get don't get frightened or something, because this is Eclipse IDE and it's not that complicated. We won't care about these buttons. So when you have Eclipse downloaded, it will allow you to enter some settings. And why do you want to choose this? So I will go to File, New, and I'll go to New Java project, and it will ask me the project name. So I will name it user input, simple name, and we're gonna click on finish. So when you open this folder, you will find an src, that stands for source. Here all our code is going to go. So get to new class, and our class name, we can name it user input but with some capital letters, and we want a public static void main string args. You already know what this is. If you don't know, watch my old videos. Okay, so we click on finish and we have a new folder. We're gonna delete this comment, and so we have a public static void main method and we have a class made. So just like other stuff, scanner also needs to be given a name. So the syntax is scanner. We're going to name our scanner scan. Scanner scan equals to new scanner. And we, as you know, for printing stuff, we do system.out, but for getting user input, we will get in the argument of system.in. Yes, and why is this a really great compiler? Because it is basically for beginners, and when you were learning, you also need some help. So it can give you help. It shows up pop-ups where you went wrong, and it can correct your syntax. So after doing this, I will explain what you mean. Why did we put this in the brackets? It's because it's a parameter or a argument. If you don't put this in, it will just make a scanner and won't let the user enter anything. So we want system.in, that stands for input. So we actually want the system to scan what we have given. So we have to add system.in as a argument. And it is showing me an error just because I haven't imported scanner. And scanner is a keyword in Java, but it has a separate library, so it needs to be imported. So we can click on the idea button, and then we can get import scanner java.util. So this is how Eclipse lets you do stuff really fast. Or you could have just typed this. It is pretty easy. After we are done, we are going to write a basic program. So we give it input and it prints what we have given it. So as you know, what do we use for printing? We use System.out println, and don't worry about that. So it's basic System.out.println, and let's say your name is Vedant. If you haven't watched my old tutorials, I expect you to have watched them, and I request you to watch them because you won't understand anything I'm doing in this without watching those. So your name is Vedant, and what we can do is we can do plus, as I showed you how to add an extension to the printing. So what is our scanner's name? Scan. So we're gonna give scan here, and then we'll write dot next line. It is already here. So we just write scan dot next line, which will let us switch to the next line just as in println. So we don't ruin the console space here. And after we are done with this, it says no errors and you don't need to compile. You can just press on the play button and the program will run. So whenever you run this, you will find the console thing. And what you have to do is just click here and then you can type. Suppose I type Vedant. And then you have to press enter to see the result of what command you have to perform after the scan. So press enter and it says your name is Vedant. I'm sorry, I did this. So if you run it without this, I'm sorry, I just wrote Vedant in the printing. So after I do this, I can write, suppose I write a name, its name is Alex. Suppose I write Alex, his name is Alex, and then I write this, your name is Alex. So this is how I added extension to System.out.println for the scan plus scan dot next line. And if I do it without the next line, it doesn't make a difference, but you can try it out. So suppose I write Vedant, it doesn't let me write. I told you it doesn't make a difference. That's what a lot of people think, but it does make a difference. It will show you this, your name is java.util.Scan. Because scan is defined as a new scanner here, so it will print these properties that are stored in this, and we don't want to go in details. So we just write dot next line, so that actually prints what is stored inside this. So I hope you got to know how user input works, and if you don't know user input, you can search for it on the web, and I will leave this code in the description section and the download for Eclipse in the description section. So if I get a look at a new class, let's say we have a new class and we public, and I'll name it to be, and I will do this. Okay, we'll make it capital. Okay, and then we'll finish it, and then it gives us this, and we can go ahead and delete this. And suppose I go in my user input thing and I copy this code, Control C and Control and Control V, which means I'll paste everything here. So we have a new scanner and we've imported the scanner. So what we want to do now is nothing but, suppose we are going to make a integer, and that integer is going to be public or private. Let's say it's private, and I already explained you that in my variables video, that is Java tutorial number 2. And private int, suppose we can name it useri, that is equal to scan scan.nextInt. I already showed you why next line is so important. It is very important. It gives us an error. Why does it give an error? Okay, remove invalid identifiers. Okay, int useri equals scan.nextInt. Okay, so let's give system. Let's do a system.out command. System.out.println. Okay, and then here we will write enter a number. Okay, and we can do what did I do there? Make sure you put it in double quotes or else it will not print. So after we are done with this, we're gonna take user input, and we are going to we have to take this and we have to put it above that, above the scanner, so that it asks us to print a number before scanning it. So I got my int here, and then I will just copy this if for a shortcut. Yes, copy and paste, and instead of enter a number I will give int useri, and this we should not give int useri, and then I'll just print useri that is stored as in the variable useri, that is our scanner. So if we run this and it will say enter a number, I will enter 2 and enter, and it says 2 because that is our entered number. And sorry for the pop-up, but so I want to explain you that you can add a scanner to a variable. This can really help you in future programming, as a lot of different languages have different syntaxes, but you can always store scan in a variable. That really helps you manage your code properly, and it allows you to print easily. And in my next video I will show you different methods and uses of different methods and how to add different methods. And yeah, basically, so we have come to the end of this tutorial, and please leave a like if you enjoyed, because I hope it was helpful. And so with that said, bye bye and see you in my next video.